Good morning, everyone. My name is Christena Nippert-Eng. I'm just finishing my first year here at IU as Professor of Informatics. I'm going to talk with you today about 3 projects, all of which stem from my interests in cognition, culture, and everyday life, as well as ethnography, user-centered design, and multi- or cross-species research. They also build on my published scholarship as well as projects with companies like HP and Motorola. First up is the San Francisco Zoo collaboration that Patrick Shih discussed. For almost 20 years, I've been teaching direct observation methods by having design and architecture students study western lowland gorillas at Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago. The goal was to get better at envisioning, capturing, and representing observation-based behavioral data, and to then design new things for the gorillas based on what was observed. The exercise-based technique that I developed for teaching these skills appears in the book Watching Closely, and much of what we learned appears in a beautiful middle grade book called Gorillas Up Close that I wrote with some of my former students. So we're now helping our collaborators at SF Zoo achieve their goal of turning the zoo fully on, bringing in as much technology as possible in order to get zoo residents to engage as fully as possible with their environments. The Mexican gray wolves we'll focus on are part of a zoo-based breeding program that has literally brought this subspecies back from the edge of extinction. 5 individuals remained in the wild in the late 1970s. Most of the individuals born in zoos will be reintroduced to the wild in Yosemite and Yellowstone. It's vital that these zoo-born wolves do not habituate to humans, so we need to find ways to observe them up close, but from farther away, and we plan to use the latest surveillance technologies to do so. Building on my previous Intel-funded work in privacy, I also collaborate with Apu Kapadia, Yasmin Rashidi, and Norman Su. We've been studying privacy expectations and behaviors among young adults. Our current paper asks, how do undergraduates try to protect their privacy in spite of the ease with which everything they do can be captured, altered, and disseminated forever via smartphone cameras and apps? Students' defensive privacy measures are largely social, but they also include technologies like drunk mode, an app that keeps you from using your phone to do things you will most probably regret the next morning. Who knew? But I'm especially interested in more analog countermeasures to privacy and to security threats as well. Not surprisingly for interest, this is my current favorite response to illegal intrusive drones. Great, thank you. Great, thank you. And finally, I have a brand new project on what I'm calling social camouflage, in part to better understand its implications for privacy and security. I'm looking across species and the offline-online realms to learn more about the many forms and uses of camouflage. I'll give you just 2 examples. This is the butterfly chorus in Boston. It's for transgender singers. Individuals can severely damage their vocal cords if they sing outside their normal vocal range using bad technique for sustained periods of time. The amazing founder of this organization teaches trans men and women good vocal technique. In my mind, she helps them achieve a kind of vocal camouflage. And here's a little more gender bending for you in cuttlefish. In order to impress females and sneak past other males vying for the female's attention, it turns out some clever male cuttlefish literally split their gendered presentation of self down their middles. This is a male cuttlefish on the right. This is a female on the left. The male on the right is displaying as a male down the half of his body facing the female. He's displaying as a model female, though, down the right half of his body, the half facing the other males. And guess what else? It seems the females prefer to inseminate themselves with the sperm packets of these gender-bending males over those of the guys playing it straight. So from fishing with an F to fishing with a PH, this is going to be a fun one. Thank you.